Kasa.
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 Kasa is an interdisciplinary center where we provide support, training, mentoring, and also this community of individuals who are really committed to conducting research.
Well, I accepted a faculty job here in 1976, so been here ever since. I had an alcohol research center at the psychology department, and Phil May had a prevention research group going in sociology. Dean Napolitano at the time just had a vision of, why don't we take these resources and put it together and combine treatment and research and prevention in one place? And that idea is what really gave rise to CASA.
My interest was in changing communities. And I thought psychology was a way to be able to really, make people's lives better. A couple of years before I came, Bill Miller started, who I'd known for since 1977, had said, we're going to be looking for a new director of CASA. Would you be interested? I thought, this would be really interesting to just, do the work that I love to do and help build CASA for the future.
I was hired by Dr. Bill Miller. I came in for an interview, and this was in December of 1991. At the time, I was in a building where we had a methadone clinic on the first floor, and I was on the first floor as well.
So the earliest founders of CASA were in psychology and sociology and communication and journalism and the medical school. And so they came together because they said, hey, we're all working on this common problem, so let's bring our work together and see if we can synergize to help solve these problems.
We like the idea of having treatment and research just together like that each informed the other.
My vision was a place where people could do really good work in the addictions field, and to be a center that was important to the state, to the nation, and that our work would have international impact as well. So part of my thinking was, this is where the field is going. We need to figure out collaborations, and we were really in a unique position to have very strong groups.
And I would say that's still our focus. We're an interdisciplinary center, and we really focus on looking at problems related to addiction from many different perspectives.
Since 1991, I've worked over 55 research studies. Some of them have been behavioral, medication trials, alcohol or drug, gambling.
Now we know, like smoking, alcohol is a health issue, and above certain levels, you're going to probably get into difficulty with it. Maybe we take that for granted now, but that was relatively new, And it's life and death. I mean, it's serious business. But you really can make a difference as a psychologist in this field.
I really wanted to see us build and go into the future. We really began to do a lot of work in the criminal justice system. And we really expanded our work with Native American populations and developing really good partnerships with some of the pueblos to do that work.
We help the community, we help the people that, say, get released from jail or prison, people that are in treatment. They get to know us, and we give them referrals if they need therapy or any other type of treatment.
And a big piece of our work is focused on community engagement to try to help also solve the problems that are in the community. We also really focus on getting our treatments that we develop out into the real world. It's such an amazing place to be and to live, because the community really cares about the community, and there's a real desire to help others.
Everyone is going through something. When I recruit, I don't judge anyone. I understand what they're going through. Very helpful and insightful to hear what that person is going through. Helps the person, that we consider them not just a number.
We're 2 miles from campus, and we don't really have too much to do with UNM, but I really worked hard to have us become part of the university. I was really proud of the fact we became known as the Model Center. We were making money. We were getting really great grants.
Well, for all of us, we'd like for CASA to collaborate more with being on campus. We're off-site, and we do collaborate right now, but I'd like for it to be 100%. That we collaborate with all of the departments at CASA, and that we get to expand even more.
We became, one of the largest, and not the largest, research center on campus. And we're in a warehouse district out here by the airport. Well, why is that? It was, well, we don't want those people around the hospital. That stigma was there, and so we wound up here on the fringes of the campus, really. Even took a while to get the campus bus to come out here, and so that stigma has been a real issue. I mean, we haven't treated addictions like they're part of the health system nationwide. And I think that our location here still reflects that.
And I think that's been really, really important from public perception. So I think there's been a lot more public understanding that these are real disorders that people experience. And I think with that, much more understanding of the need for treatment and support within the public sector for funding for treatment.
In 2011, Barbara McCready reached out to me to see if I'd be interested in coming to the University of New Mexico. And of course I said absolutely yes. Kasa at that time and for the years before then was nationally and internationally known as the place to be for addiction research and treatment.
I think that's the benefit of being a researcher too, that you can really see how well people are doing, how much of a difference it's made. And what do we know from research, or what can we do research-wise to teach us more about how to do that better? And that desire to do it better, I think, is what was behind the prevention and the treatment work that was done here and is done here for so many years, 35 years now.
That was just such an amazing opportunity, and it's such a special place for that reason, to be a community of individuals who are all dedicated to improving life and improving how people function.
When people recover, it's like getting a new life. And that's incredible. There aren't a lot of areas in psychology or mental health where you can participate in somebody really getting their life.
Our services are so important for people in the community. Kasa is an important part of the UNM, part of the community, part of New Mexico.
Loved the career that I had and the people that I worked with here at Kasa, and some of the things that we were able to contribute to the field that I think have made a real difference around the world.
I've literally been in the field 50 years now, and it's the field that I care about deeply. It's hard to step down though and still be in the place. And that's just the nature of, an organization needs to be revitalized over and over.
So as you get older, you begin helping the next generation come along. It's what you do as parents, it's what you do as teachers. Rather than saying it's about me, it's about us, and you help the next generation find their topics, their passion, their ideas, their wisdom.
So every single month, the day, month, and year, if we have a study, that's what I'm grateful for. I'm so excited because I've been part of it, and I've seen everything from the very beginning. So it's really nice to see that we've been allowed to stay as a center here with the university for 35 years. I'm just so thankful that Kasa has been able to be so solid and steady, and that we've all been able to work here. And it's a wonderful group.
For this center to now continue and be growing beyond those leaders of our field, and to be a part of that growth and the next generation of addiction science is really, really exciting. We're at 35, but I feel like 50 is just so soon, and we're totally gonna make and pass 50.
My first dream is pretty simple, which is that Kasa continues, because I think we're really doing great work, and I want to see it continue and continue to thrive. I would love it if people in New Mexico, policymakers, government people, saw Kasa as the premier resource in the addictions field. And I think we're seen as one resource, but not the premier resource. And I think we should be the premier resource. I'd love to see that.
That's really the beauty of a center, is do your science, you leave your mark in this world, and then you leave, but to build something that keeps going after you. And that's just brings me so much joy, and why we should continue to support the center and devote our resources and time to maintaining and building a center.
It's fascinating stuff, and it's making a difference in the world. And I mean, nothing I would rather have done. I think that overall desire to make a difference for people that are struggling with alcohol, drug problems, and other kinds of addictions. That's been the heart of this all along. That's what was magic in this building, and still is, that you get people working together from different disciplines and teaching each other. It's what has kept this place vibrant for so long.